All right, let's have a quick look at the bonus series, the Hennessey Venom F5, the brand new car from the version 9.3, is featured in, called Full Throttle Free for All. It is a road collection series under the legend category, as you might expect. And because it's a brand new one, the bonus series is basically tagged on at the very end, as you can see here. And along with Venom F5, the series does feature two other cars, namely Koenigsegg Agera RS and the Bugatti Chiron Sport, both of which are kind of top of their own classes, right? So, yeah, it's gonna, but to complete this bonus series, it does require PR 98.9, and out of the three cars featured here, only one that can reach that PR is the Venom F5. So, and it'll cost you a decent amount of gold to reach that. So, yeah, if you are planning on completing, be prepared to shell out some gold. All right, so here we go. Full throttle free for all. 3 of the fastest road legal cars ever made hits the tarmac for a high-speed showdown. Yeah, they're not kidding about 3 of the fastest. But also a little unwieldy. I mean, these are certainly more improved version of their sort of a previous generation of their like super fast cars. Like, you know, Agera RS definitely handles significantly better than, well, the other Ageras or the other Koenigsegg's. Maybe 1-to-1 has better handling, but you know, this one definitely has higher speed. And let's see, Bugatti Chiron Sport. I mean, compared to, let's say, the Veyrons that are featured in the game, which I often call them, you know, the bar soap, because they do get kind of slippery. You know, certainly this Bugatti Chiron Sport is pretty decent handling compared to those. But because, you know, these guys' top speed is so high, if you've been on a straight path going full throttle for a while, you do have to allow some extra braking distance. Just, yeah, because of the, you know, the top speed these guys can reach. So you can only fault that for so much, right? And then, of course, the Venom F5, need I say more? It is the new reigning king when it comes down to the highest speed available in the game. So let's check into the series. On their site, the Fire Monkeys, that is, or Electronic Arts, they did mention there's 81 gold to be won by 100% completing. I believe that's a typo, because I did go through this series on my other account and noticed the total adds up to be 79 gold, not 81. So they're kind of shorting us by 2, I know. Yeah, not a big deal, but still, you know. So anyway, total 20 tiers total. We got 3 time trials and 3 showcase tiers. One for basically each car, the 3 that's featured, right? So series does have 51 events total, divided into 20 tiers, as you saw. That is 48 trophy events plus 3 time trials for 1 per car, right? As you can see. All right. And as I said, the 79 gold total and 79,000 racing dollars, if you have to count that. That's what's available, kind of paired up with the, you know, 3 extra digits attached to the racing dollar amount. And let's see, you unlock this series by either owning any of the 3 cars featured in this series, or if you don't own any of them, then you would have to win 14 trophies in the Campionato Scuderia Ferrari, the main big box series. That's the last big box, the big main career series before the endurance, the legacy endurance event, or the series, the one with the Le Mans 10 lapper, right? So yeah, that's how you get here. But yeah, so since there are some 51 events divided up into 20 tiers, the first 25% completion, you get there by winning, if you just go from left to right, just straight through, including all the showcase tiers, assuming that you own all 3 cars featured in this series. That would mean first 25% completion, you get there by winning 12 gold trophies plus completing 1 time trial. So that will put you in tier 6, and that'll get you 10 gold, and that requires PR 83.5. And let's see, the 50%, you will have to reach tier 11 right after the second time trial you see here for winning 24 gold trophies and 2 time trials, and that will require PR 87.6. And then 75% completion, you would need to reach, oh goodness, tier 16 once again, one right after the last time trial, right? You would need 36 gold trophies and complete 3 time trials for what? Let's see. So first 25%, you win 10 gold. 50%, you win 15 gold. 75% completion gets you 21 gold additional. And to do that, you have to reach, let's check. You need PR 91.9, I believe. And then, of course, for 100% completing, you will need everything done 100%. And as I said, PR requirement for that is 98.9, and the only car that can reach that is gonna be the new 2020 Hennessey Venom F5. So, yeah, and then let's see, tier 1. Sure, we'll run through the series itself real quick. Let's see, checking into the cars featured here. First contender, Koenigsegg Agera RS. Mine is maxed out. As you can see, PR does go up to 96.1. And its base PR starts at 82.1. The car will cost you 1,000 gold if you don't own it. This was featured in a special event with just a recommended PR, if I remember correctly. So if you, I don't know if that event is included in the current version of the event archives. It might be. I'll have to double check on that one. But anyway, if you can win it, more power to you. Otherwise, you would have to shell out a decent amount to own this one. Even, there is a showcase discount because it does have a showcase tier. Then you get 20% off, means you still have to shell out 800 gold for this one. And it is featured, let's see, currently in 3 different series. So Angelholm's Advanced, that's the one with all Koenigseggs, as the title might suggest. And then this series. And then, as you can see in the corner there, exclusive series once you have it fully upgraded. But, you know, fully upgrading this car does cost you some 1500 gold. So, not for the faint of heart. Or I would say save up and wait for upgrade discount offers, because that's how I got mine fully upgraded. Most cars that you see in my garage that's fully upgraded, you can safely assume there was a upgrade discount offer on those cars. Because yeah, otherwise it's very difficult for me to part ways with my gold stash, as you can see. So anyway, that's this one. But look at that specs. Top speed 491 kph, pretty decent acceleration 2.24 seconds, and the braking distance is not bad, 24.4 meters, right? But when you're trying to stop from going at 400 plus kph, yeah, that'll take some time. And the grip, considering it's a road car, 1.82G is pretty darn high, so yes, it is better handling amongst the other Ageras, let's just say. And then the second contender we got, Bugatti Chiron Sport. Once again, mine is fully upgraded at 94.6. And this one is tiny bit cheaper than the other two cars, coming in at 950 gold. Cost you 760 gold if you are using showcase discount to get some discount if you don't own it. And it is featured in once again 3 series. There's a Chiron Showcase, which features the other non-sport version of the Chiron, and this one, or should we call it Chiron, as the French would call it, right? We'll call it anglicized. Who are we kidding, right? Chiron. There. And then, of course, it's featured in this one, full throttle free for all. And once again, it does have its own exclusive series upon fully upgrading, which does cost you even more than Agera RS. This one, to fully upgrade, it'll cost you 1,630 gold. So, yeah. And the PR, as you see, is slightly lower. Base PR starts at 80.6. And then once again, if you look at the top speed, 457 kph with a better acceleration, 2.11 second. But the braking distance slightly, ever so slightly longer, 26.2 meters. And the grip, 1.79G compared to 1.82G. When you compare the one next to each other, I don't know if you're really going to be able to experience that large of a difference when you actually race these cars. In my opinion, I think handling of these cars are pretty comparable, I would say. And then finally, the king of the hill here, Hennessey Venom F5. Mine is not fully upgraded. I have 21 out of 28 upgrades available on this, with a PR 96.7. And of course, when you see in my garage 21 upgrades on board, generally means it's won through a PR required event, which this one obviously was. What was it? It was called a Club Day, right? Event. That's a new kind of event. So anyway, but yeah, this one definitely takes the cake here, or takes the crown, with the top speed coming in at whopping 531 kph, not even fully upgraded. And the 2.27 second for acceleration, 24 meters for braking distance, and the grip of 1.91G to kind of help you along when you're traveling at like 500 kph. You just need wings, so take flight, right? So yes, and once again, this one is 1,000 gold car, just like Agera RS. So if you take advantage of the Club Day event, you would have won this car. But otherwise, you can purchase it for the 1,000 gold or showcase discount, you can get it for 800. And currently this one, as you can see, is only featured in this single bonus series, which is pretty typical with the new cars, right? And in next update, maybe they will have an exclusive series featuring this guy. We'll see. I feel like they do that with all the newer cars. They'll release it in one version. In the following version, following upgrade, they will include exclusive series. I suppose it's an easy way to encourage people to fully upgrade, because that's where they get you. And speaking of fully upgrading, if you want to go all out and fully max out this car, it'll cost you 1,825 gold. So yeah, but it will go, the PR would go into 100 plus range. It does max out at 100.7 PR, starting at 84.5 base PR. So those are the cars featured in this series and their cost. Let's see. And yeah, there's currently a top speed, the Venom F, or it's not just the Venom F5, but yeah, either Venoms right now. Both Hennessy's top speed challenge going on, no off track. Remember that. They don't care if you crash or, you know, anything like that. So crashing into wall is fine. Just don't go off track. So I believe there is a series later on. In fact, the showcase has a series, a cup race at Daytona Speedway featuring Venom F5. So that would be the, you know, top contender for definitely scoring top speed over 500 kph, as I was saying, which is kind of insane. But anyway, let's check out the series itself. Tier 1, we got drag race at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. Not that it really matters. Then we got endurance at the Brickyard road course. And the cup, tier 1 at Circuit of the Americas Club Circuit, 3-lapper. And tier 1, there's no PR requirement, of course. And then on to tier 2, we got speed record at Catalunya National. So that's a relatively quick lap with the cars featured in this series, right? And then we got Autocross at Bathurst, the hill climb, right? And then the Cup for Tier 2 at Hockenheim Grand Prix night race with a PR 82.5 required. And it's gonna be just a quick single lapper. Continuing on to Tier 3, a Hunter at Monza Junior course, so that's a short lap. Drag race at Suzuka Grand Prix, not that it really matters where it takes place, at least I don't think. And then an odd choice for venue for this cup for Tier 3, it's gonna be the Porsche Test Track Dynamic Circuit Cup with a PR 83.5 required. Just 2 quick laps, so very technical circuit. And then that gets us to the first showcase tier featuring Bugatti Chiron Sport, where you'll find Speed Snap at Berlin Circuit and the Cup at Catalunya Club. And showcase tiers don't have any PR requirement. And it's gonna be a 4-lap cup, followed by a time trial featuring the Bugatti. And this one is going to be at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. And how fast are these guys going? Just minute 2, minute 3, that is quick. With these guys, or with the Bugatti, that's not going to be easy one. Anyway, continuing on, Tier 6. This is, of course, your 25% completion tier for 10 gold prize, we got Autocross at Silverstone International head-to-head at Hockenheim Short. Is that going to be a single lap? Yeah. Another very technical circuit, but it's just a head-to-head, so you don't have to contend with traffic, right? And then the Tier 6 Cup at Dubai International. PR 85.9 is required for this 2-lap cup. Alright, continuing on. Tier 7, we got Speed Snap at Laguna Seca. Speed Record at Suzuka West. So that's a full lap, kind of a medium-sized length for Suzuka, right? And then the cup for Tier 7 is going to be a Monza Road Course. PR 86.7 is required for this 2-lap cup. And on to Tier 8, we got Autocross at the 24-hour circuit. Elimination at the Austin Circuit of the Americas Club Circuit. And the Tier 8 Cup is going to be at the Berlin Circuit. PR 87.6 is required for this 5-lapper. Alright, and that gets us to the second showcase tier featuring Koenigsegg Agera RS. And for this one, we got Speed Snap at Daytona Road and the Cup at Suzuka Grand Prix for 2 laps. And the time trial for Koenigsegg RS is going to be at the Spa. The Spa at Spa. Right. Okay. Why did I get out? And it will take, apparently, minute 37. Oh yeah, look at that. Alright. And on to Tier 11. This is your 50% completion tier for 15 extra gold reward. Alright, we got head-to-head at Dubai Grand Prix, single lapper. You got drag race at Nürburgring and the cup at the 24-hour circuit. PR 87.6 required for this single lap cup. So at least we have kind of a long form circuit. Kind of test out how fast you can push these cars top speed. Alright, Tier 12, we got Speed Snap at Leipzig Porsche Test Track, long on-road circuit, followed by Endurance at Red Bull Ring National, and then the cup for Tier 12 at Melbourne, PR 90.1 required for this 7-lapper. Alright, continuing on, Tier 13, we got Autocross at Catalunya Club. That's one of the fastest autocrosses in the game, by the way. Then followed by elimination at Silverstone International. And then Cup for Tier 13 is going to be at the Laguna Seca under the California sun, which apparently they don't show as being in USA, as you don't see the team event flag here. That's weird. Then again, geography has not always been the Fire Monkey's strong suit. For those of you guys who've been at this for some time would understand what I mean. But anyway, PR 91.9 required, and it will take 4 laps. And that takes us to the final showcase available in this series for featuring the new Hennessey Venom F5, where we got Hunter at the Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix and the Cup, as I was saying earlier, at Daytona Speedway. 4 laps. There you go. And on to the time trial featuring Venom F5. This one is going to be at Monza road course, of course. Alright, continuing on. Tier 16, your 75% completion tier. That will get you additional 21 gold. And yeah, as I said, The PR 91.9 is what's required, and like there's a 91.9. I think you need to complete at least tier 13. Anyway, we got Speed Snap at Melbourne, Autocross at Suzuka West, and the Cup at Dubai National. 91.9 is the PR requirement, and it is gonna be a 5 laps for that one. Continuing on, tier 17, we got speed record at Daytona Road Course, so that's a full lap. Hunter at Hockenheim Grand Prix, and the Cup at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. PR 94.6 is required for this 5-lap Cup. So this is the last Cup that Bugatti is going to able to run, because that's where Bugatti's PR taps out, right? And then on to tier 18, we got head-to-head at Nürburgring Sprint Circuit, single lapper. Elimination at Laguna Seca, and the Cup at Silverstone Grand Prix. PR 96 required. So this is where, well, we only have 2 car options to get through this one. So Agera RS, yeah, 96.1. So most likely this is going to be the last tier or last Cup the Agera RS will be able to unlock. And yeah, 4 laps. And that takes us to the 2 remaining tiers, where we got drag race at Monza Road Course and endurance at Bugatti Circuit, plus the Cup at Mount Panorama with a PR 97.4 required, which means only car that can reach that is going to be Venom F5. But as you can see, I will need to put some extra upgrade here to reach that, because right now I'm at 3 across the board. So probably 200 gold for engine, and that'll unlock the tier 5 racing dollar upgrade. That will get me to complete this tier. But highly unlikely that's gonna get my PR high enough to 98.9. How many laps was that? 3 laps, there we go. And then, well, let's check out the final tier, shall we? We got Hunter at Catalunya Grand Prix, speed record at the Porsche Test Track, long on-road circuit, and the final Cup at Nürburgring Grand Prix with a PR 98.9 required. And here, it's gonna be how many laps again? 4 laps. All right, so let's see. Let's get that and get this upgrade, which brings the PR up to 97.8, but that's obviously not enough to get to PR 98.9 required here. And I know I'm not going with the final engine, which is whopping 450 gold. Right, so let's check out some cheaper upgrade options, which out of the remaining categories, body is gonna be the one to pick on. Yeah, 145 is gonna be the cheapest option here compared to drivetrain, which is 185. None of these are gonna get us to meet the PR requirement on their own. 170, so we're gonna need a combination of 2 more. Right, so suspension and exhaust both 170, so it's gonna have to be the combination of body plus one of these, right? And that gets exactly up to 98.9. Let's see if exhaust does the same thing. Sure does. So let's see. So yeah, that's a bit pricier, isn't it? And so that would be the final upgrade scheme to complete this bonus series. There you go. But anyway, that will do it for this overview of this bonus series. So hope you guys found the information here useful, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, take care.